Okay, it seems that I forgot to turn on my microphone, so let's try that again. Welcome everyone, welcome to the Keeper Draft. I'm your host and dear friend Bob the World Builder from Temu. Just joking. And mute the phone. So I've been starting previous stream on time, and this one is 5 minutes early. I don't think I'm screwing anyone over in this time zones. Well, most people from Europe are probably at their jobs, and most people from USA are sleeping. It's too early now, I think. But anyways, yeah, everything was ready, so let's kick this off a bit earlier. Last time I was rambling without any um, you know, proper segmentation of the stream. So this time we're gonna start a timer and kick stuff off with a recap of the previous stream, as we haven't played any sessions yet. We're just continuing from last time. All right. So what we did last time? Well, let me open the notebook. Why does the white balance change when I open it? That's so strange. And it seems like it's very dark. And there's two huge lights here. You see how I'm illuminated and this is not. I have no idea why. Um, well, fix that. How do we fix that? I have no idea. Maybe like a filter, color correction. Right. No, that is not good. Gamma doesn't help that much. Oh man. Well, I suppose we can work with this today. I have to get a better camera. Like, this is just a webcam up there. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Doesn't matter. You see the notebook. That's all that's important for now. So what we did last time, because I couldn't get all the players to attend the next session, we decided to do what we call a campfire session, where we explore the backstories of the characters. We like do flashbacks to what happened earlier. Um, let me just see. Yeah. Okay. So, um, flashbacks from characters' backgrounds. And it would be very boring if it was just, hey, one player plays for 15 minutes, then another player plays for 15 minutes. So I decided that some players could take roles of NPCs in those flashbacks. We made an interesting NPC, Mate the Merchant, who is going to be like invading the memories of uh, these players and show up in their um, flashbacks. And for now, we did kind of like a outline for what's gonna happen when the gunslinger character goes into his flashback, which is this huge revolution against one of the elders from Feywild. That was their god. They believed in this one, but for reasons mostly love, and he is loved towards a nymph from Feywild. Other elders and some of the followers decided to overthrow him, banish him into Shadowfall. So we are exploring what happens, like how this revolution started, or one wave of the revolution. We need to keep track of like how old our character is and when the revolution started. I think it's more like one of the waves of it. So what we wrote so far is that we're gonna have these flashbacks, and this what's inside the fire will be like true for all the players. We decided to have bullshit tokens, which basically means that the player telling the story around the campfire, which is how this is like the concept of this works, can like just make up what happened next, and then if their bluff check or diplomacy check, I'm not sure what it is in Pathfinder, is more than other players' DC, they roll for it. If they manage to bullshit everyone, well, they get another bullshit token so they can continue bullshitting. And other players can be NPCs. We have Mate the merchant who invades all the memories. Um, he then sells these memories in the Feywild, and he's just a chill guy. Everyone in this no man's land is kind of going insane. So all the NPCs I've introduced so far have been um, I forgot to put the spoilers on. Everyone in this place have been going insane, so it's good to have at least one person that is like normal, just a normal chill. Oh, sorry, normal chill guy. Okay, so any item on the NPC that the players like make up during this flashback will be possible to get back into the real world in the present time, which I think incentivizes them to go through this. Now I've defined for Tolderan that other players will become NPCs, protests will start out of nowhere, and I have a chase that goes through a couple of different, let's say, obstacles, but they're not gonna be like last time I said we're gonna do it as Pathfinder obstacles, but actually I think they're more like small scenes that are going to happen. So we have the food market where someone can get stabbed, maybe lose a friend in the chaos. We have the castle stairs where a high level enemy, servant of the lantern god, who is the one like um basically running that revolution, like leading the revolution. So there's an encounter with a very high level enemy that our gunslinger will have to run away from. We have the museum where the pistols that he uses are displayed and people didn't know how to use them. So when he is in a dead end there, he will maybe find a way to like use the pistols, and that's how they become his weapon. Then we have the docks, which are just like a jumping puzzle type of thing, and if you fall down, there is like a strange fish and harpoons basically attacking them. So I think we can like rearrange this depending on the situation. Most of the like story and setting will be dictated by the player. Like when I ask him, okay, what do you remember from that time? How does Tolderan look? All that, we're gonna just have these modular pieces that we can just deploy at any time. So I think that's really fun. And at some point we have the idea for a lantern kick vision where in the darkness lanterns will come down. Maybe it's like a precision puzzle where he has to shoot them down and I don't know. The Lantern King at one point will make a reference to an artifact that's called the Apology. This is kind of half canon from the Kingmaker module. So yeah, he will make a reference to that just to like re-incentivize that the Apology is the reason why this character even went into the no man's land and into this whole adventure. Now, I also wrote here that Matty the Merchant gives info on ammunition. Maybe he is the one who enabled the Gunslinger character to actually even use this weapon. So we're trying to put this NPC into the minds of people, even though it might not be true. These are injected memories. They might be true or not. We're gonna leave that open-ended. Like, maybe it is true, maybe it isn't. Now, the way I wanted to actually do this is to have the symbol of the elder Fey god being that is being banished, Martis, shown on a clothed figure, for example. And then Matty the Merchant has the same symbol like hanging somewhere like a keychain or a necklace. And that's how we make a reference. So it's never 100% clear if it's the same person. And yeah, I think that is really cool for this character. Now, I sat down and I thought, okay, we have our characters. The players are really excited to play the next session. That's why we have two sessions this week. One is like our normal session where stuff is happening, and one is the campfire session. So how do we make the campfire session still fun for people? Like I said, this one is gonna be like 40 minutes at least. So how do we make it fun for others until they explore their own stories? They're not gonna be very invested into like encounters or anything because they can't really lose their life. The goal is to make the best story possible. So yeah, that we still have inspiration tokens that are kind of like awarded for creativity, and I really want to give those and give like make that one of the things that inspires people. But you can't just do anything through tokens. Like, not everyone is hyped about that. So I was thinking of having another mode for this called What If mode, where each character can choose to explore their backstory, or they can together explore a fictional scenario. And they say, okay, what if we fought a dragon? And then we fight the dragon. What if we fought each other? This is something that I think could be interesting because, yeah, they can test their characters and their powers and their items against something of their choice. And we could use the bullshit tokens again when you're saying, like, when you're thinking of fictional scenarios in real life, you also kind of go into really fiction. So I think it would be fun. And how do we then make these work? Well, these are cool memories that are our characters kind of playing the imagination game, almost like playing D&D, right? So what if they can sell these memories to Matti the merchant for something? I wouldn't say items, would probably say some strange fey-like abilities. So that is the plan for today. The plan is to populate the rest and then to try to put an outline for the session after that. And when the next stream will happen, probably on Thursday. I'm not sure. We will see. It depends on my free time. And there is an update. Last time I was crying that I don't have a job, and that's why we are doing these streams, because I'm job hunting. I got a job! Yay! I got a freaking job after 6 months of looking, after like 30 or more interviews. And by the way, I do have like a bunch of experience in the field, but the market is like crazy bad right now. So it took me a while. And as I said yesterday, it is a numbers game. It is casting the net, waiting for a while. So time is not on your side if you're unemployed, but you need time to actually find something. And honestly, from all the jobs that I applied to, this one is the only one that I actually wanted to do. Like, it's right up my alley, and it's fascinating how that turned out. So I want to do a video of what I've learned from my I quit my job because of D&D and then all the things that happened during this year. I think it would be very useful and helpful for people that are like me, and especially people who are my age. I think older folk have a lot of things figured out and we don't, especially in the age that we're living in. So yeah, let's make a video about that and see, like, in the previous video I talk about why I quit and everything, and I said who knows what I will do in these 6 months. Maybe make a campaign to end all campaigns, maybe like write a book or something. And yeah, I couldn't really tell at the time, and a lot happened, and kind of nothing special changed. But it wasn't 6 months, it was close to a year. I quit on my birthday, and it's coming closer. So, yeah, a lot of retrospection to do, and I think it could be fun and useful to explore that, even though it's not tied to TTRPGs. But we're all human, and TTRPGs are kind of like our therapy. It's kind of how we process some of the things, even if it's just fantasizing about killing dragons. Sometimes the dragons in real life are much harder to kill, and their stat blocks are not as clear cut. So, yeah, we should share these experiences for sure. Okay, yeah, I'm really excited. Like, all the things that I want to do, I couldn't do because I lacked money and I didn't know I want to do them before when I was stuck in a job that I didn't enjoy. So I'm very excited for all of that. And yeah, so should we just, like, we have 6 more minutes to ramble about life and previous sessions and all that, but I think we can slowly start focusing on this. We don't have much time, and we have almost 2 sessions to prepare, so hopefully we can jump right in. Let me just check if my sound is selected to mono. It is. Amazing. And I think you're not hearing the music. It's always something, isn't it? Huh. Why is that? Okay, there you go. Just a little bit of, ambience is always good. It should be very quiet, but yeah, it's fun. And let's test the chat. Test. See, I promised last time I will fix the chat thing. It looks it's still not working. I have no idea why. It's like I'm using stream elements, I've connected everything, and I'm pretty sure it should like detect the stream. Automatically. The bot is currently not in your chat. No one is in my chat. Phew. Honestly, if you can't, well, it shows 2 people in my chat, so it kind of seems like the bot joined. Oh, there it is, a little chat on the side. Well, that is invisible. Oh man, how do I get this to be bigger? Like, let's just use this time to set things up. Anyways, like, then maybe I can even like show you what I'm working on right now. Why not? And this is text settings. And it's not sharing my screen. Wow, it's useless. Right back to this screen, and let's... Like, I really struggle with sharing screen on Mac. It's not really working. Can we make this bigger, please? I don't see anything. Let's put this like 20 maybe. Okay, that looks a bit better, maybe 25. You'll see the changes when I apply them. And save. Hello, Marco. And like there was yeah, why not refresh it when the stream becomes, when the scene becomes active. Okay, there you go. There's chat now everywhere, but it's not visible. Do I make this more like brighter? Maybe something like this. Bear with me here. We're figuring out streaming together. Let's see. Oh no, it just looks disgusting. I'm prepping for Pathfinder 2e, but I think most of the things that I do are pretty agnostic to the system, honestly. You know, you saw my notebook in person, so you know how it is. Let's see, text settings. Can we make the text be like white, maybe? No. Okay, we do it here. There you go. Pick font. Just use the regular one, and if there's a way to make it like bold, maybe that's gonna help with visibility. Okay, I'm saving it. Let's see the preview on OBS. Maybe make this a bit more transparent. Like barely dark. I'm sorry that you're not seeing what I'm sharing. It's just technology. Imagine if a tech-savvy person can do it. How do people manage with these things? Now it looks not too pretty. Maybe if I move my notebook, all the crap I have here, I move it like this, then the chat can be on the side. Come on, show up. It takes a while for the chat to show up, even though... Okay. The timer says we're out of time for these shenanigans. Please show up. Maybe if I write another message. Oh, there we go. Something is happening. It's a bit cut off, but I can just move it just a little bit to the side like this. So it disappeared again, but it will appear, promise. All right, let's go to session prep. Okay, session prep. So, yes, as we said, we should have the... where is my... keep the important pens at one place. We should have the what if mode, okay? And how much things I think I need for the what if mode? Not many, so I think we can just say what, again with the tearing of the paper. This is really not the marker for this. Where is my... Okay. What if... Hey Andrea, that's not an F. I know. Just illiterate like that. Don't even know if you can read these things, but bear with me. We're just, exploring this together. Okay, what if? What we said, so PCs make up fictional scenarios. The other thing, Matty the merchant can buy these memories for what? Let's provide 3 different options with these arrows, and we also said PS tokens work for this mode, and that's where we stopped. So what is Matty the merchant going to give them for these? Let's see. I did have a bean that lets you sing very nicely at one point, but maybe... Do we make it related to what they are? Like, sure, we should make it like related to the main story. That is a good way to push this forward, to make this meaningful. Can we sort memories to good, bad, and neutral, maybe? One good memory, one bad memory, one neutral memory. Maybe he can, yeah, sell something cool to the, like a bean that lets you see through walls. He would give to the most powerful character. Or no, to the sneakiest character. Maybe those can be like prices. You have to prove in the what if scenario that you are the stealthiest, the strongest, and all that. And those are like versus challenges. And then they get an item that slightly boosts what they are good at. So sneakiest. See through wall. Then strongest. I would say Juggernaut potion, something like that. And maybe I want to do morally just, but you know that is really open for interpretation. We'll add some icons for me, like an eye, a muscled fist, and we're gonna see for the next one. So sneakiest, I mean, if we look at the classic party, you know, structure, we have the damage one, the healer, the tank, but that also, like, how much you can tank, it kind of goes into the strongest, even though it's not about tanking. It can be interpreted as tanking or like damage output. But since I'm made drawing of a little fist and, like, you know, muscle, I think that is more of a damage output thing. Resourceful. Who is the most resourceful? Creative. Resourceful, what could be a reward for that? Oh, you know, that cloak of many things, or what it was called, where you kind of have the a ton of like random items that are on it. I will just draw a little cloak of many things. I don't know if it exists in Pathfinder 2, but definitely could be homebrew really easily. So cool, those are the three like what if scenarios that can be sold to Matty the Merchant, but also not limited to these. Any other still okay. Just a little note for myself. Even though I would allow it, I like to have notes for myself. Feels like I'm not DMing alone. This could be like fixed a bit with this marker. Like the aesthetics, we're gonna color things in when we're done. Doesn't need to be done now. All right. So in these what if scenarios, I want there to be some sort of like a flower or a leaf that shows up everywhere. So I'm just gonna draw little leaves here. And the page is a bit torn here, so I think it's better to use it for this than for words. Cool. That will remind me to add some symbolism of leaves. Why? Because Martis comes from Nerissa in a way, and Nerissa is a nymph in the Feywild, so that completely makes sense. Alright, that is great. Now, we have 3 little scenarios that we want to implement, and really keep it brief. We can do it on index cards, or we can do it on, like, just divide this in 2. do it like that. I think we pause that for a moment. We fill in the underground world for other character, the druid character. Like we fill in his world, because those are the two most distinct worlds. As I said last time, like we have a cleric who is from the Eldori family in Tolona, which is like rest of alternative from Pathfinder Kingmaker, and they are like a noble dueling family. He's a cleric, so I would say that it would be very easy for me to improvise what he's doing. Probably some politics, some like talking with people, and the background of our gunslinger is really fun. The background of our druid is really fun. It's underground. It's like this strange race of is it really that I can't show you this? It's so annoying that I can't share my screen. And let me try something. Because we're gonna and I have no idea if you can see this now. Oh my god, I can't believe it. It works when I'm not on like streaming, and as soon as I start streaming it's not working anymore. Why, man? Why? Can we like restart screen capture? Let's do window capture and do there is literally no Chrome here. I have no idea why. Insane. Just insane. I don't know if I have to enable something. Yeah, I genuinely have no idea why. Okay, show. There we go. Whoa. Progress. So it will just show you this window. I will probably have to switch that if I want to do anything else. But Shisk, this is his race. We call him a porcupine for obvious reasons, but let's see what the Shisk do. What is their thing? The chat is really annoying right now. We'll have to figure out how to make that like, more usable. Of course I can't. Secretive mountain dwellers, bone-feathered humanoids who lurk underground in dark tunnels and caverns. Their fascination with collecting and protecting esoteric knowledge is one of the few things they can pursue them to explore the world outside, the outside world. So knowledge, that is something that we will have to be focusing on. Knowledge, that's something that would be interesting there. They rarely encounter other people, even in Mimnagi Expanse. What is the Mimnagi Expanse? That is maybe something worth exploring. Low-calorie diet. Their history is passed down verbally and musically. You might, others probably. They love sunbathing. Oh, we can make a sunbathing place, like they're underground, and maybe there's like a place where sun comes down and they have a lot of rocks where they would lie down and sunbathe somewhere there. That could be interesting. Society. Sheiks are willing to speak, host, and trade with outsiders. Their economy might be confusing to others. They get greatly eschew materialism in favor of information and the arts. They freely give any material goods for knowledge or even performances. Winning side of a bargain if people are willing to make material things in exchange for valuable information. They are paranoid in different communities. They're so paranoid that different communities have been known to clash with one another over secrets. Okay, that gives me an idea. The Great Secret Sharing, where two different factions made peace over secrets. Maybe that can be like a grand thing that happened in their life. Scholar backgrounds, hermits, names. Okay, interesting. Let's Google what. Oh, for some reason. Oh, it's Mac. I forgot. Let's see what this expanse is. That is not underground at all. I do have a bad taste in my mouth every time I see things that are like, you know, look at the architecture and the people and the clothes. It's very much Earth-like and quite, you know, now you tell me it's on the south as well, and, you know, not very creative. I don't like it like that. Why is this not underground and, you know, maybe have a fake sky or something? Like, you can go wilder than this for sure. What is this, like Africa? South America, I don't know. But it's done. Age of Darkness, of course there's an Age of Darkness. Age of Serpents. I'm not really interested to read all of this. I'm just looking for like highlights. Serpent Folk. Part of the Serpent Folk Empire. That is interesting. I do like them Serpent Folk. Maybe the clash between two factions could be Serpent Folk. Who knows? But we're gonna have to leave the description of this like underground world to our player. That is for sure. So he will be the one to do that. But what we do know, let me show you this picture again. Did it do its thing? No. Okay, so we have this picture, and our Shisk comes from this place, which is Serna Shuplina, which means black. What do you say? Like, not black shell, black. I don't know. Something that's hollow. Black hollow thing. like a hollow stone. I don't know. It's basically a, you know, like a canyon, and inside that canyon there are tunnels that go down and into these settlements of Shisks. So they're there. What do we have there? We have some Kentaur settlements and Royholm, which is a city, a small city. Okay. Cool. So let's put some stuff that we already know on paper. We're gonna call it... I'm gonna use this one because the other one is not that good. The name of the place. Maybe I put one little rock there to remind me that it's like dirt oriented. So they like knowledge, and I will put picture of the sunbathing place that we talked about here, just for the sake of remembering that. So there are like stones where they lay down, and there is sun coming out. We're gonna color that. It's gonna be like very nice. And put a little crack here and there. Maybe some ground, like so. Whatever. It's the sun bathing chamber. Then serpent folk. Serpent folk are, I think... well, the dwarf miners would be a good idea. The thing is that dwarves have been almost exterminated when they were digging down in this world and found what is called an emerald spire, which was supposed to keep 4 liches actually, not leeches, liches from like spreading into the world. Like they were banished there, they were freed, banished all the dwarves into the realm of Earth, like the plane of Earth. So my player is actually in this session. Let me just find it. Here, they did find like a vault that was vault keepers, and all the dwarves were working there. So I don't want to reintroduce dwarves. Like time-wise, it won't be consistent then. Why is this? This has become really like squishy, probably because of the glue on the other side. Well, whatever. So, but yeah, something digging into their city would be interesting to introduce. Maybe this city had something to do with it. See, my brother Igor wanting to play. Well, talk to your group, find a proper time, and we're gonna play. Don't worry. We're playing in the same world, so this is all relevant, and it's also spoilers. Igor, spoilers. See, you're spoiling yourself. Huh. Well, I will just put reminders for myself, like people digging down. Now, are Shisks happy about this or not happy? Because they are making holes that sun can go through, and people have a lot of secrets. And maybe Shisk give minerals, make festivals for stories. And then I would say that the big event piece of secrets with serpent people. And serpent people, of course, are evil. How they will... I'll put a little sword and a little drop, as always. They will try to murder someone, as serpent people do. Okay, so we should probably have, because this all looks really like a less of an encounter-based, like interactive experience. It looks more like a social thing. So how do we spice this up? How do we make this interesting? Because from what I've gathered from my players, like backstory and everything, it's pretty peaceful there, and they have this thing called the long travel, long road, something like that. And it's basically like a 30-year quest that they get as druids, and they have to go and fix something in nature. So there will probably be something around that. Well, let's ask him. Let's ask him. Why not? Okay, he's working the night shift, so he's probably asleep. We'll get the answer at some point. Interesting ideas for a peaceful life in the... Like, why did the serpent people come? Yeah, I want these to be like, you know, gray area. Maybe the serpent folk are there to steal something, like some of the secrets, so they can maybe cure whatever from their people. Maybe the sun might be the thing that is like a problem to one and not the other. Like Shisks love the sun, serpent folk hate the sun, but that wouldn't be very canon, because serpent folk should love the sun, right? Snakes adore the sun. But yeah, I wouldn't make them like evil as, you know, undead skeletons, completely evil. But I would like put them as, you know, evil in a sense that they are the conflict starters here. Could we maybe connect this to the current story? Like serpent people trying to find the secret of how to... Not secrets, maybe the serpent folk want Shisks to help them. Oh yeah, there is a big delay between the chat and the stream. Like, I think it is about 20 seconds from what I can see. I smudged the paper again. God damn it, Andrea. Oof, a hard one to crack. Welcome back to that. See, I always, when I'm like, I don't know what to do, we go to the next thing. We're not losing time. The tests. Let's do... Sneakiest test. Because it will come to me. The brain works in the background. Just when you don't know what to do, go and work on something you know how it works. So, sneakiest. How do we test sneakiness? Well, classic stealth mission type of thing. Something that could be easily made with terrain shown on the table. Okay, so let's say that there is a secret, I mean, there is a room with some treasure. Maybe the shrieks in search of knowledge took an... Interesting. Maybe the sheiks in search of knowledge took an inscribed stone statue that serpent considered sacred. Now they're sending raid parties to retrieve it. Yes, that sounds cool. And the thing is, we had kobolds that had a statue, and this statue was taken by Milfits, or it's like a goblin type of little thing, and that is like a quest that happened already in our story. Could we potentially just recycle that? If you break the statue, there was a big bearded devil that summoned. So could we maybe recycle that? Something about it, because both serpent people and kobolds are reptiles. One are descendants of dragons, one are of like snakes, but dragons, snakes, lizards with, you know, wings. Yeah, let's say like this stone that I drew. Sacred stone. Older than all. We'll see serpent people want it. Oh, I actually have an idea. Like here, here we had this thing. You can see it from the chat. Lovely. Oop. It's like a stone that has some crystals poking out of it, and those crystals are magical. So let's add a thing. Those crystals are like the thing that allows body hopping and some strange things. Not many know it. That's something from our previous campaign, but yeah, why not? Why not? They want it. Okay. That is interesting. Thank you for that recommendation. Sneaky test. Until more things spawn here. Maybe, like, how would the peaceful people of Shishks really tackle this? Like, maybe they will have a tournament that is completely, like, you know, based on performance, and like tournaments are not always fun, But in this case, other players can take the roles of serpents and maybe they can. I think they can think of tournaments on the fly, but the player playing the Shisk is so creative with how he interprets the race and how they would behave, that I really think it would be a shame for me to define any of that. That's why I'm struggling. Like, you remember how this was just easy, but I struggle with this one. Just give me just a second. I might be needed. Oh, god damn it, I have to answer my phone. Be back in a second. Yay. Okay, we're back. My shortcuts are not working. Technical difficulties always and forever. Whatever, I'll switch it manually. So, yeah, I'm pausing the Shisk thing until I get a better idea, and oh my god, people are so annoying. Okay. And the sneaky thing is basically, at one point I said at the beginning of the stream, there will be like a what if scenarios that players can also play through, and these what if scenarios are then like their ideas, what they want to do, like test their characters in a fictional situation, and then they can sell those memories to a traveling merchant that is invading all their memories, and he will have rewards for like the sneakiest, the strongest, and the most resourceful character. So to find out who is which of those, they can take on a series of challenges. One is the sneaky test, one is the strong test, and the resourcefulness test. And I'm just now like designing a simple just thing, because these should take no more than like 10 minutes. So I would say there's like a entrance, and then some hallways, I would assume, leading slowly to the treasure room. And of course, you're not very sneaky if you're just going to the... Oh, the music is getting amplified. Should be like this. So, you know, you're not very sneaky if you just have one hallway. So let's do a secret door from here, maybe. Like so. Put a little S here. This is probably gonna be like a stone place. Like, you know, cobblestone. Like a proper mini dungeon. Then maybe we put a couple of traps here and here. We can put witch traps, like probably trip traps or, you know, something, whatever Archives of Nethys gives me first. Then we should probably put like a... No, don't need a hazard, but like guards should be patrolling this. So I will have one guard that starts by going here, one guard that starts from here, and they swap. There will be inside here something interesting, maybe like a gelatinous cube. They haven't seen a gelatinous cube till now, so let's do one of those. Like as a reference for those who have their feelings towards the gelatinous cube. And yeah, we should have like proper like barrels and like some form of cover. You know, maybe additional rooms that have 2 in 6 chance to have a guard inside, and could have maybe sheets, oil is a good one, like things that you can like do something with. Maybe we put another door here, another room there. Here we might have a lot of bells. Why not? You enter a room, there is a shit ton of bells. So you have to be really careful. Like there's big ones, small ones, a lot of different bells. It's a bell room. Why? Who knows? It's a memory. Who cares? Just draw a couple of them to remember that. No, this doesn't look like bells, but... Oh, you're not seeing this? Okay, so bells in this room. Bell room. There is a secret here. Maybe a random trap here. What else could be like interesting in like a hard stealth mission? In one of the barrels there is a chicken. Why no? We're making something that should be like fun. It should cause laughter around the table and be fun for everyone. Just so I can differentiate between the guards and the chicken and the barrels, I will color the guards red. We'll put one red head here. And sneaky test. Have to figure out how to make this chat less annoying. Put it up here. Make it thinner but longer. This. I mean, let's try it. Bum, bum. Now it's overlapping with the spoiler thingy. Move the spoiler here. Wow, editing stream on the fly, only here. Cool. Now I can put it here. The stealth thingy. I think I can add something else that's fun. Maybe a section is underground, like this barrel here, or let's put another one here. Enter the underground. And then here would be exit the underground. What happens underground? I don't know. Underground there might be like definitely just this would be just a straight line, but in that straight line we will have two guys with tied arms that scream on sight. Because it's a memory, like whatever will make them say like huh and be like, you know, and whoever gets the furthest here would get the title of the most stealthy. I don't know. Would probably design something better than this, but like we have some looping, we have some shortcuts. The treasure might have a timer, so why not a timer of, I don't know, maybe 1d6 rounds to claim. Maybe it's locked. I will just add a little log there. So just like this, like the way I prep is I want ideas. I want ideas that I can shape and mold on the fly. So for me, this is enough. I know there is like a dungeon, the treasure has a timer, there is a bell room, some interesting weird beings underground. Like I might add cover, smoke, things like that on the fly. Let's add a reminder for smoke. So just a smoke icon and a little eye that's crossed off. And that is enough. And I'm done. Like the sneaky test, enough for me. I don't need anything else for that one. And then we can do on the other side, we can do the strongest. Test. This one should be easy. So we do an arena, a PvP arena. Just put the characters in, put them in. Okay, well, they will have some challenges in scenarios where they think of, like, I call it what if scenarios. So they will basically make up a scenario where they are testing which of them is best at something, and then when they find out who is best at each thing, like who is the sneakiest, the strongest, and the most resourceful, they can sell these memories to a memory parasite thing man, Matthew the Merchant, who can then reward them with something. This is because of the connections that this part of the land has with the Feywild, and this is like all the things that they're talking about around the campfire, and at the end of that session the merchant will come and they will trade their memories. So I'm now thinking of like 3 what-if scenarios. What if you have to steal a treasure from a very weird dungeon, and they can like try themselves in that situation, see who gets the closest to the treasure. Hey Rich, how are you? Yes, I'm finally back making stuff. I've seen that you are doing collaborations, all different kinds of amazing things. So good luck with that. Don't know if you heard, I got a job, so we're back at it. A good one. We should catch up sometime, for sure. A lot of interesting things happened, I'm sure, for you as well. Okay. So I'm thinking of... Do I have a battle map for that? That would be cool. Maybe use something from... Actually, I think the Stag Lord's base, like this one would be really cool because it's 2 levels. We already are familiar with the layout because we played the last session there, and since they are there, maybe that influenced their memory and they are like going to try and battle in that sort of arena. I'm completely down for that. And also we do have a setup in the room already for that. So strongest, let's just do battle arena PvP in Stag Lord's base. Now, the Stag Lord's base had an owlbear that is, you know, in the cage. It could be fun to have them have the owlbear there, but I'm scared that the druid would then get the upper hand, and that's more of a resourceful, not the strong like thing. So no owlbear. I would say no owlbear. Weapons from main bandits are scattered around. So yeah, we should probably scatter other things, like use the direction dice. Scatter, I don't know, 3 bows. This what I wrote there, and maybe like 3 healing pots. Well, I will have to check the stat blocks of those bandits, but I'm giving them loot anyways, so I will say, okay, yeah, no gear from inventory. So just this. Last man standing wins. And leaving the arena disqualified. Okay, that was very easy. So that is the strongest and the stealthiest. Now, they're competing like, between themselves. It is like it's supposed to simulate the situation. We're sitting around the fire, and I'm thinking of like different scenarios, what they can do while sitting around the fire. So one is flashbacks to explore their backstories, and other players can embody NPCs. Usually the one who is experiencing the flashback is the one assigning who is gonna be which NPC. Then we have the what if scenarios where they're like, what if we all fought a dragon? Okay, just a test, you know, encounter where they try to beat the dragon, see how they would fare against such a creature. And then we have the subset of what if scenarios that are like, hey, who would be the sneakiest of us? Who would be the strongest? And like the one thing that I want to have reappearing is this one merchant who is traveling through no man's land. So he is kind of appearing at the end of the session, and they can trade some of these memories for like just a small boost or information about what is happening with Nerissa, and maybe like drop a hint of like the incoming danger in the proper session that we're gonna have on Friday. So this is just a filler session that I'm trying to think of interesting mechanics and ideas how to make it fun without progressing the story without some players at the time, because now they're really on a critical like place in the story. I cannot just say, you know, okay, we continue that one player left to do something in the city. They're like in hostile lands. We are kind of making a big jump from this chapter 3 in the Kingmaker book to chapter 4, so I will need all the players for that. That is why we have the filler session that is just, hey, let's play with our characters and our minds to see what we come up with. And since they are going to be providing most of the details about the like their past, I am trying to plan it in a way that will just give me ideas and not try to influence how that will look too much. So yeah, that is the idea. That's what you missed. Let's see, another index card for resourcefulness, and then we're done with the what if section, and we can go to back to the Shisks. So we will have Urosh Chami. Yeah, we will have I might divide this here and then just add the tournament ideas and then do the two other characters here and here, then leave this for, I don't know, doodles. Resourceful test. All right. Cool. So, how do we test creativity? We're not gonna do a puzzle. Like, the smartest and the puzzle, that is, you know, not very fun. That can just, like, halt everything. So how do we do the resourceful part? Give them an impossible task, like if you had a resources of a city, like there is an empty city behind you with everything that is in a city, how would you cross a big hole? Like that's what comes to my mind first. Or how would you fly? Or how would you level up a mountain? Like those things. And then they can like just brainstorm. Like who has the craziest plan? And of course the bullshit tokens are still here. So like maybe this city has a big clockwork machine or something. I don't know. Just give them a lot of resources and let them. Yeah, let's write that down. The first idea is usually like the good start to something. Like if it got you thinking and you don't get a you know, that voice that says, oh, this looks like something from pop culture too much, or it's too tropey, or like you're not second guessing that idea, even though it's not fleshed out. Write it down, because as you're coloring later, as you're filling in the details, you might like find the missing piece that makes it really click, or you can have it. Most of the time you get that feeling while you're playing, and your players are like, okay, level a mountain, why don't we just see who can catch the most whales? And you're like, okay, that also works. So there is a town. You can use anything. How do you? And then I'll have options. Catch the most whales. Level a mountain. Cross a chasm that is 20 meters across. More? 100 meters across. That will probably prompt for flying less than, I don't know, less than building. Who cares? I already wrote it down, so this will not be interested if they can just, you know, talk and talk and talk and talk forever. So like these other ones have, like in arena you can't really like run away, you have other players hunting you down. In the sneakiest there are enemies like moving around. Now in resourcefulness you don't have that pressure, so let's add time pressure, and let's add it in real time. So a timer, and we are gonna do, I wouldn't want it to be more than like 20 minutes would be a lot, considering like if we do this that's 40 minutes, if we do this I will say that's at least half an hour, so an hour and a half. We have 3 scenarios, they are gonna be best if they are not more than 20 minutes. At that point we are at I will give 15 minutes per, no, per, there is no per, just real time. Okay. It would be interesting to have some complications. Not necessarily there to like throw at the players, but why not? We might maybe do it. So complications. Gravity reverses. Why not? I don't know. And I would deploy it in the worst possible time, like if that is going to break something, then gravity reverses. Bad weather. Water level rises. Earthquakes. Darkness. I don't know. That all sounds like interesting complications. Maybe we add something more there. Something less grand, like something else. Like earthquakes can destroy houses and things in the city. Like resources start to dwindle because of these things. City. They really don't want this to become a combat encounter. I could say like residents of this city are slowly like coming back. Maybe as constructs, like something that's strange, maybe. But yeah, that would prompt an encounter. That's, we can say bye-bye to those 15 minutes then. So quick thinking is what I want here. Let's say 15 to 20 minutes. I might like, if they like it, if they are enjoying it, if that's like, oh wow, we're doing crazy stuff, I will probably let them just use a bullshit token or something to expand the time, like make it longer. I don't know. I'm happy with this. Don't need to overcomplicate. Really easy. Good. We have our 3 tests, and we have our Matthew the Merchant, and he's called Mate, but I call him Matthew for unknown reasons. Let's go back to the Shisk stuff. I mentioned a tournament. We can put a big question mark. Tournament. Let peace player decide. I don't know. I sent him a message, so we will see what he says when he wakes up. How will he want to visualize this? Let's look at the 2 other people. I should probably send a message to another player, see if he's even going to attend. So flashbacks for our cleric. Now this is, I said it's gonna be probably something tied to like politics or like family affairs. Like what got him to to being a cleric? Is it an accident? Like while dueling, because Eldori are known for their noble dueling schools? Or is it like intervention from God? Let me remember what I know about him. Not very much, honestly. His father is testing weapons that are being exported. The main export from Tolona are weapons. Could be like a heartbreaking story where he will see like a weaponsmith that is really like struggling and maybe see what weapons do firsthand. And then a priest saves him or shows him the other way. I do have a priest in mind. Okay, we can work with that. Let's put line like a divider here. That this is not freehand. It is. Okay, let's write Aldori. He sees. Let's draw a little dagger, and you know, you see like eye, dagger, blood droplet. I really wish I could like show you this in like closer. Let me try to adjust it so you can actually like see what I'm drawing, and I should probably move a bit more to the side so it stays here. I'm just pulling it back to where, you know. 1 second. Should be a bit better. But just a little bit. It's like too close, maybe. Now you can see how illiterate I am. So he sees bloodshed. This is what this means. And I will write, make a little something that looks like a rapier. Let's say that's a symbol for the duelist, and then Mikhailo helps him. That is a priest that is really chill. They all love him. And question his Martis fate from past. Like this here will mean that even though this was in the past, it will like the memory and the internal struggle of the character, like he is kind of battling between like two fates, and Mikhailo is like a priest who is kneeling to the blind god, and we have this Martis god that is now in the present, another candidate for this cleric. So we have like a normal flashback, and then Mikhailo starts like asking questions about the present, which is like, you know, it goes from memory to what would Mikhailo say seeing me now. I think that can be like this I will put a big exclamation mark, like this can be a proper character building moment. Really good, really cool. So he's witnessing the cruelty of the dueling world and the like weapons export. Mikhailo helps him out, takes him under his wing, and starts questioning his current reality. Very good as one of the options, also really easily deployable. If my player says I want to, you know, explore like a love interest from the past when I was a teenager, you can still show cruelty, you can still have Mikhailo show up, so it's always, you know, deployable. And that's what we're aiming for here. Like, we need all these things to be easily deployable. And then I will feel the room and compared to that, like, just throw some of these ideas. So, that is an interesting one. Can we think of another thing for Aldori? So, We know he's a noble from the Eldori family. We know he has troubles with his fate. We know he is a war priest. Um, his father is a weapons quality assurance minister guy for the exporting weapons, and they're exporting weapons for everyone in the region. And that is an interesting one. Maybe... Ooh, we can deploy something very cool there. So, these are huge spoilers, like, beep, 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 spoiler alert. So, the idea is that Nerissa, who is banished from her realm and was the catalyst for everything bad that happened in Tal'Daran, she is tasked with overthrowing and ruling 1,000 kingdoms. And the river kingdoms that were waging war for so long because of this. So the idea is Nerissa finally got to the City of Light, and the next kingdom on her radar is Tolona, or better yet, anything that's in No Man's Land. If she finishes her the conditions to resolve her curse in the No Man's Land, which is already so shaky when it comes to like the border between Feywild and the material plane, then she will be free and get a realm to rule, basically. So she has taken the City of Light, and she has like transformed into Lady Light. The real Lady Light is banished. She is like trapped somewhere, and this is the most powerful and beautiful woman queen ruling in the River Kingdoms. So maybe we make like situation, like a vision, a flashback where there is that Lady Light is coming to Tolona, and little Aldori is looking at her, seeing her, and then we have like the memory play out, but then at one point she just, like, you know, like in horror movies, just unnaturally moves her head, says help me, and then like the whole memory starts to break down. This is becoming very psychedelic. This will be one of those Inception type of sessions. I can't like think of the pacing right now, but we'll see. Lady Light visiting. And I would say like a ton of people standing around both sides. And like there is a carriage. Oh, I screwed this up. Whatever. There's a carriage. Like, people are watching. She turns her head. Help me. Yeah, the note for it to be scary, and the memory breaks down. All right, I am satisfied with that. We have some empty space here. Trained. Maybe he was training to become one of those swordmans. We'll see. Maybe I add something there. Okay, Aldori done. The Shisk one. Oh, we'll see. I just have a couple of ideas, not very well. And we have the new player who is probably going to want to try out their character, show a bit of their role play and everything. And I'm thinking of, I'm thinking of like this last part of the page. I want to use it for like resolving the session. You know, like that is where I would probably put the merchant coming and like, you know, collecting all the memories and like really be like icing on the psychedelic cake there. Like have everything break down and he is the only string that holds the whole remembrance thing down. So maybe here is his performance, his selling stuff or something. On the other hand, I'm thinking maybe we put the new player there because he might have a bunch of stuff going on. But I don't think there would be a lot of stuff going on. Like he has been... He's a little blacksmith that was stolen by the Staglord's bandits and was working for them for a while. And I think that we can just say, like, hey, encounter, how did you run away, how they caught you, what they made you do. Like a moral choice. And I think we can put that here. Let's do it. So, we don't have a name for him, but let's just call this section working for enemies and the big teardrop. We'll say 1d6 per wave. Bandits. Father. Mother. PC. And this is all initiative, encounter, blah blah blah. Then we'll have moral choice. Now we can go really dark. We can be like, hey, you crafted the weapon that they used to kill your father, but I don't think these bandits are... They are insane, but they just want to loot. They are not like... They're not that cruel. I don't think so. Like from what we've seen, they are more oriented towards each other. Like it's not an unknown thing that they would just kill them, like each other, and not you know, I don't know, not quite sure. Maybe make him fix their sword. Fix a sword that killed Papa. Does it sound cruel? Yes. But like the bandit needed to fix the sword anyways. It's not like, hey, make a sword so we can kill him. It's like, hey, fix my sword, and then he sees his work being done for that. Releasing prisoners. I would again use the Staglord map. Say here is the prisoner, add some bandits, and say, how do you release these prisoners? Do you release them? You see them running, maybe. Some run Stag map. Okay. You see, like, there is no order or flow to these nodes. And I will add a little icon of a map just so I can remember without reading. And I will add a little dagger to add cruelty there. Amazing. Probably make this bold. Sometimes I really wish there was an undo button in a notebook. So like bold, italic. When are they gonna add zooming in on paper? There we go. Pretty nice. So we have the ending part and the shiz part, which I'm not sure about. Is there a hangout tonight? Bro, you can send me a freaking message. You're coming to the stream to ask me if there's a hangout. Yes, there is. At Milan's place, probably 6, 7 p.m. I'm doxing myself here. Like, what am I gonna do at night? We're gonna play some board games. Probably. Maybe not. We're gonna drink rakia. Milan's rakia. Homemade brandy. Lovely. Plum, I think. And why are you here? You see the spoiler thing. Why are you even here? Go away. Like, all of this is spoilers for you. Come where? You are always invited. We have a holiday. For those who don't know, this is like the world should know about this. Every Tuesday is like hanging out, drinking and stuff day. Why Tuesday? Because Monday you know what to look for. You're looking forward to Tuesday. Tuesday is the fun day. It's Wednesday you're apathic because you drank the night before. Thursday is a small Friday. Friday end of the week. Bam. So it's worldwide holiday. Let's make Tuesday the best day ever. It's the most hated day ever, but let's make it, you know, the best one. So everyone who sees this stream, write in the comments, Happy Tuesday. And we we do the Happy Tuesday every Tuesday. Maybe that should be like a thing on the channel. Like we just stream getting completely like devastated by brandy on Tuesdays. Just saying. Just saying. I know not everyone is a drinker. I'm just a Tuesday drinker. My wife hates it. But brandy's on the table. Still not getting drunk on stream, maybe. Like, what was the Runehammer name? Drunkens and Dragons. That's the, you see that's the real deal. My bro came to read everything about his. Oh my fucking god! See, like crazy. Wait, we can use him. Sal, are you here? Are you? You've muted me, but if I'm muted. Maybe he. No. I okay. Hello, sir. We have the flashback for everyone. Like yours is off screen right now, and Aldori is down here, but you don't care about that. Tell me, what do you think we should do with the little Shisk person? And I will cover all of this, just so you're. What do you think? There must be something strange, like weird, something fun we can do to him. Not too mean. Hello. See, my friends and family are joining. What else can you hope for? It's a family gathering here. It's a family channel. Not family friendly, but definitely a family channel. I'm pulling the notebook again here. Oh, look at this. We can just, while we wait for my bro to, right, we can just move the chat to the side where we're not using. Amazing. Instead of me constantly moving the notebook. But we need to put this here, put it way up there because of my face. Is it better? I can't see it. Then we move this. Wait here. Back where it was. Okay. I'm paying for the premium content. He likes trees so much. Yeah, but he will not go on that quest, no matter how hard we try to make him. And we need something for the flashback. Like, what is he? What can we put him? There is none. Everything that he told us is, I live underground. I like stories. I am too. How do you say Pupolak? Two blossoms of water old, and like that's it. And I'm on the long journey, which is like I have 30 years to put balance in the Wood Giant's forest. That's all we have from his background. So it's not you. Like right now, I've thought about some things, but we can probably do better. Anyways, while you think. Give me premium content. Well, this is as premium as it's gonna get. You get a game with Barlow Keep when you organize you and Igor. Then we can run some index card RPG. That's as premium as you're gonna get. Trust me. Okay, what are we gonna do for the end of this? Some like crazy stuff should happen. So how do we make this guy approach the party even? I would say this whole thing would start after the battle as they're resting and licking their wounds. So I will add after battle with stag session start. Oh my god. One of the players said, "Oh, I'm actually probably gonna make it also, so we're gonna have a full party." Which means the whole prep for the campfire session is kind of like not needed if we're gonna continue the story. Now I'm gonna just force them all to play the campfire session, I don't care. You play what was prepped. Okay. So after, I don't know, some time, like a timer, um, the bandits return and bring the blacksmith. So not right away. Missing PCs are scouting, I would say. Like whatever. And how they get Mate to appear. Mate appears when they find the green leaf-like thing. Oh, you're not seeing anything. So Mate appears when they find this little thing. It's like it's in the loot of Staglord. It's like a couple of leaves with a ribbon and maybe a message. And it's like what is holding the curse in the bandits, the curse that was put on the Eldori family. So I mean, at least the bandits. It's like an antenna for the curse, so the bandits attack Eldori. We can use that. It would be good to have a prop for that. 1 second, we find something to make a prop out of it. I'm back. Cool. Can see that. Oh my god, so annoying. I will have to find another chat solution. Doesn't matter. I found some fake plants, some rope, and a parchment paper. Let's see what we can do with that. So definitely cut a little bit of this and tie all of these together. Doesn't look very magical without like something, you know, like crystal, or I have something on my shelves. I usually have like garbage on my shelves. There you go, a little voodoo doll. Yes, we take the voodoo doll, we put some of these things on it. It has a magnet on its head, so we can maybe attach the parchment paper over the magnet. We add the like this. We add this to that. Just tie the little voodoo doll to. There you go. Cut the excess. There's like they're gonna find this in the Stag Lord's basement. No, in his I don't know. I remember where it is. I think it's in the it's in his room or the basement. One of those two. Doesn't matter. This creepy thing they're gonna find, and with it we should write a message. What could the curse message be? Could we encode it? Make it a puzzle? Make it something like a spell? The words that apply a spell. Not something that you can break with just But still, like, Googling is allowed. If I use dots and dashes, they will know it's Morse. Maybe if I use triangles and circles, it could be better. It would be cool to do something with a shadow, like if shining a light through this will do something. Like we can do invisible ink, but I don't have what I need for that, I think. What type of encoding? Or I won't do Caesar, that's like classic. Like, we can do Morse with opened eyes and closed eyes. That kind of says visibility to me, which can kind of allude to the City of Light. still too simple, too... And also not Fey enough. A riddle would be a Fey thing, but I think riddles are not my style for D&D. Not a big fan of riddles, anyways, in my life. I think my job is a riddle. Already. Like, I'm looking at all these, like, interesting little props, like bottles, and I had in the past, like, files of hair for, like, DNA activated locks, and, like, I'm looking at the shelf for inspiration. Hmm. Maybe. We fold it. We write on it. We strength. Nah, it's really easy to see the folds then, right? Unless we are really, like, careful, like not folding it completely, like this. And I would maybe, no, not cut, but it has to be a small parchment paper. Like, rip it. We can try it. Like, nah, it won't do. Where are people in the chat when you need them? I'm alone doing this. Let's Google a bit. The thing is, I don't want this to be like a cipher, especially because some of my players are really good with ciphers, and not that I don't want them to break it, but like they know how it's like an intellectual thing, you know. It's not like a fate thing. I did want this to be a spell. This should have like let's start with a bit of blood on it. I think it should have. This looks like a bloody note. It's more red in the real world. I don't know why it's like pinkish on the stream. But okay, some blood. Let's say that's Aldori blood. And is there a spell language for D&D? Someone had to make something like that for sure. No. What if we just do like voodoo doll, plants, Aldori blood? Is this cheating? Yes, it is. But on the other hand, it could give like, hey, when did we get our blood extracted? Because they're not sure if other Aldoris have left Tolona at any time. Like he's the Dorian Aldori, my character, is the only one who left Tolona. So like maybe his blood, like when was it collected? Big question right there. And we can add a bit to it by just writing Aldori on it. So they know, you know, we're just gonna do something like this. Like that is it. Like just put it in a very little scroll, like so. Maybe attach it also into this thing, maybe like so. From the back probably, like so. Oh, where is the chain and the magnet thing? We can do that. Where's the magnet in its head? Doesn't seem to be too powerful. Maybe making a bigger job from this than it needs to be. Just had to tie everything together and that's it. I don't know. Strange little thing. You see, it does look kind of cursed. Okay. And we will add a little bit of like blood on the leaves as well, like so, with a marker. Bloody leaves. Roots! Bloody roots! Top tier game prepping people. That's the name of the game here. I love improvising things, like just doing dumb stuff like this. I think that's the essence of what we're doing here. Take the time to just collect garbage from your house, destroy it, make something, whatever this is. It looks cool, like it says no one. It looks cool. Bloody that, bloody the ropes a bit, why not? And by the way, I genuinely hate how the ends of these leaves look, like these plastic things on the bottom. They don't add to the idea that this is like magic or anything. They look too plastic. I mean, everyone will know it's plastic, but what is this? Why do we need this? To return it from where I took it? Nah, that's what glue is for. So all of these, bye bye. Oh, now we're talking. My scroll, we need to get it back on its head, like this. There I go. Imagine being a player and finding this. Like, not too good. I would probably craft it from like from nothing, and it would be like more, you know. But it's an improvised prop for a campfire session, and it communicates some things. I think it's good. I think that for sure is gonna be on the side there. Okay, so since I think everyone left who was going to get spoiled, I will remove these. So When they find this, they can somehow summon the merchant. If they burn the paper, I will put the little fire icon next to it. Bandits free of the curse. Because even the bandits that came, like these bandits, I will add that they have blue eyes, cursed. They will attack. This can be an encounter. How many bandits? I don't know. 1d6. Or just put a little cube next to it. They're all focusing Aldori. This is shaping up to be a wonderful, wonderful little interlude session. And we can add some leaves here. I mentioned last time that I want to like emphasize that the weather is getting better, so let's add some clouds here. Like clouds, rain, and then that goes to clouds, no rain, but like, you know, moisture in the air. Moist. Now this is probably not gonna be seen because of the cards, but I will, like, you know, this looks like a turd, not a cloud. All right. Well, what can I say? Oh my god. Even worse. Okay, two turds in the sky. Amazing. I hope the context is gonna give it, you know, what it needs. What else can we do here? We're still empty here, so that's something that should happen. But let's see. I mean, this guy. Disappears after a while. He has a Gandalf-like pipe. You know, the big, long pipe. This time, he will be changing throughout the campaign. He might even have a remark towards Branco, which is a guy that has a potion shop, and he's completely insane, but he has a potion shop in the no man's land, so he might make a regard towards him. I don't know, I'm satisfied with this. This is enough. Maybe add a couple of leaves here as well. Like, why not? Really want to... Maybe the leaves will grow on structures. Just because of that influence. Okay, interesting. More leaves. How does this look when we put the index cards in? Ooh, it's a bit tight. But it works. Put a big arrow here indicating that we're gonna use the same index card slot for the next session as well. Another episode of No Man's Land. Okay, yay, let's fill this, color everything in, and we are done for the day. Between coloring and everything, how long are we even going for? Oh wow, that's a lot. Honestly, have no idea. Maybe there's something written on the stream analysis. Like, who knows what the interwebs are saying. Who cares? Okay, okay. Back to the Shisk problem. Elders of Shisk that are druids. There is a druid school. I want to add that. Druid school of like whispers. Animals come to say what they saw. Little eye. Like there is this main one, mother of fauna, and maybe and they claim that plants are unreliable, emotional. Just a little segment of world building. Like I imagine this like I don't know, like this stone thing, and one she's like kneeling down with arms holding a bowl of water, and then little animals come, drink the water, and say their secrets or whatever they found out. Like that's what I imagine. I like that idea. Like everything is like really nicely decorated, and they just come and drink a little bit of water, and they're thankful. So they say what is happening in the world. Doesn't need to be secrets, but like that is how Shisks know what is going on in the world above them. Why not? Sounds cool. What else can be added there? Do shisks have tools? Maybe we should read a bit more about their stuff. Let's go back to... I have no idea why my transitions are not working anymore. It's like some are, some aren't. Everything is falling apart. It's fantastic. Crazy. Doesn't matter. Share screen. Oop. Oopsie. Who cares? Share screen, Shisk. Let's look if there's more about Shisks. Ancestry Shisks. Swim through ground like water. That is insane. They keep quills of their best swimmers. That's a piece of world building. Now, what I can do with these, like you might ask, why is this even like important? Like it kind of feels different than everything else, because I just want to get the idea from my player, and then I want to actually use that idea and just add a bit of my own world building to it, and I feel like that is going to add on top of it. You know, it's gonna be it's gonna color it in like a unique blend of his creativity and mine, and I don't want to interfere too much with his vision. So that is why it's like this less of like a proper challenge and more of like, hey, what are we gonna do? Because as I said, I have zero backstory, like solid things I can catch, you know. And this session is supposed to help with that. So in the future I will have more things to cling to. So just a little bit of world building, a little bit of options. I think this is ready. This is done. Like we did it. We prepped it. Now we are gonna do the discussion segment, and then we are gonna color this stuff, and that will be it for today. So let's kick off the topics. Okay, so what is going to be our topic of the day? Let's see what I have written down. Maybe something inspires me. Maybe we just go around the internet and try to find something. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is a fun one. So again, something I've really wanted to make a video, a proper video on. And well, since we're doing this, we just are gonna talk about it here. So the idea is, why watching videos of dungeon tubers talking about different techniques and mechanics is inherently maybe useless to you, is because we do not learn like this. Like we, for example, me as the dungeon master, okay, I did take some tricks from here and there, but do I really end up using these tricks while we play? Like some things, yes, a lot of things from Index Card RPG and like these like direction dice from Runehammer and the Tactics one. I just ripped that off for my game because it makes it easier to play. But these are tools, not techniques. Like the 3Ts from Index Card RPG when we're designing encounters, even like something more complicated, like what are all the things, this is inverted, that we need in an encounter for a proper Pathfinder 1 encounter. Like these are tools that I will deploy while we play. But when we look at the techniques, like the storytelling techniques of, you know, different dungeon tubers, like for example, you should do this and this to create an NPC on the fly. Never do this and this when it comes to pacing. You should do this and this when it comes to music. Like all these advice are fun and interesting to hear, but do we really remember to deploy them when we are playing? And most of the time it is no. Like I would talk about how I prep sessions in the single page prep video, and then okay, who will actually do it like that and say, cool, this is something that works for me? Very little people who will actually watch the video, a lot of people, so it's not always something that will click with you. And bear with me, I'm coming to a point here. Also, like when things are related to in-game things, like I said, hey, this is how you make an NPC on the fly. Well, it is hard to make an NPC on the fly. You have, like, I would say less than 5 seconds to approach the situation. If it's more than that, people see that you're like thinking. And I'm all for never giving your players the moment of, you know, nothing happening. Like you're thinking and they're not discussing in character, so like what is happening, like loading screen. I really try my best not to have that in my games. I want engagement all the time, so it's like watching TikTok, but I'm the TikTok. And yeah, so I don't think all the advice that you like watch us for is usable. You're not gonna immediately like start using it. You're not gonna be more better at running D&D or any other TTRPG. That's impossible. But what we do is, and why we make videos, or at least I have a feeling it's like that, it's because we are retroactively analyzing our own behavior and then talking about it and framing it as, hey, this is a technique that I've figured out, I've discovered. Yes, we did discover it, but we discovered it within ourselves. So we are not creating a new technique. We are not the ones that learned a new technique. We are analyzing our own behavior, and our own behavior was influenced by the responses of different games, like hundreds of different games. So we play, we see ourselves. One of the videos that I was really like obsessed about was when I talked about like maps and map lists, like imagining like how the people see the imagined spaces. I even tried to do like a little poll to see like how do we imagine different spaces. And there are people with aphantasia that don't visualize spaces. That was the biggest, like 10% of all answers from that video was like, hey, we can't even visualize spaces. So it's interesting. I saw myself as like I was running the game, and it was actually this map that started it all. It was Laria. It's a very, very cool place, Alaria. And like I made this map. I also made like different cards, for example, for different strange taverns that little halflings live at. You know, these are, we had the law enforcement, and like I've done so many maps and like factions and you know, the sword that is conscious, and all these things, and like little diagrams for the elevator, and you know, the robots that guard stuff. And through all of this, when I imagined things while we were playing, I imagined my players like from the view of, you know, like the cross-section view. And I was like, why? Why don't I imagine it from their point of view, like first person, as they are seeing it? Then I figured out that making this map, in comparison to making this map, will change how I perceive the world, how I describe it, how I see it in my GM mind. So I would at one point start having reminders for myself to go back into the player view. And I wanted to, you know, to really explore this further. So I started making a video about it. And I would like sit down, think a bit, write some bullet points, think a bit, and slowly develop like advice from that. But will you actually sit down, consume that video, and say, okay, this is how I should approach it? No, you're gonna think about it. You're gonna say, okay, interesting. At the end of the day, when you're at the table, all bets are off. You're just working from your experience, from your like intuition. So all this advice might come in handy when you're prepping stuff, but then again, if you have a different way of prepping, like how much are you gonna focus on these things is just a matter of what your weak points are when you're prepping. So I don't think these are useful in the same way. Like the reason why we make them and how we make them, and the reason why you're watching and how you're applying this is like a completely like a mirrored thing. You know, we are creating it from thinking of why we did things that we did on intuition, and you're taking something that's really defined and trying to, you know, practice it into your intuition. So I will always say that it is always fun to hear what other people are doing. It is fun for a game master to hear about new techniques, to, you know, especially like I watch Tales from Elsewhere like every video, and I don't see how I would incorporate a lot of things into my games, but I really like to hear like new terms, new ideas there. And also like when he talked about prepping a game, I think it's really similar to my game. So I would just watch this whole video nodding. I wouldn't change anything in the way I play. Like even when we talk about hit points and how different people would interpret them, these are all philosophical questions. We can be philosophical for those who want it, but I think it's almost like a community of people that are just talking because for the sake of game design. It's not for the sake of, you know, being a better dungeon master. It's a hot take, I know, and it's one of the reasons why I stopped making these videos, because you're kind of trying to gaslight people into thinking that they need to know these things. Like the way we frame our titles and thumbnails is like, hey, you really need this to be a better GM. No, you don't need it. You just go play games, but get better in it. Like the most valuable advice that I found, like that I really think helped me, is the older type of videos. And like Matt Colville has a lot of videos that are like hands-on. Hey, chill. Like they're approaching not the technical side, they're approaching how you're feeling while running. Like Matt would constantly say, I give you permission to do this. Like he would put himself in the shoes of like a professor, like a figure of authority, and then say, I give you permission. And this like makes you feel, oh, this guy that knows what he's doing is giving me, no one, a new game master, permission to try something out. It is more emotional, and from that I think it installed easier into my like intuition, into my like way of running games. On the other hand, Runehammer is really the king of like, hey, don't worry about stuff and like have fun. Like when I watch the Runehammer stream, I really love every single aspect of it. Like for me, the stupid bits, the singing, the voices at the beginning, it makes me feel like I'm back with a friend sitting down. You know, it's really personal, and the verdict is always like, we're playing games at our shop, banger, good fun. People are critiquing D&D 2025, 24, whatever. Boo hoo. Why are you critiquing anything? Just have fun. Every game is there to have fun. Camaraderie, uh, like the feeling of, you know, and he calls his patrons the shield wall. Like it's all like there in the camaraderie, in the friendship, in having fun, and all the mechanical discussions, all the philosophical stuff is really like, if you have RPG mainframe, it's all about the philosophy, you know, and it is, I think, the first thing that started the trend of us digging into game mechanics and trying to, like, I think all of us are kind of influenced by what Runehammer did and how those things, you know, worked, but I don't think what we are doing works the same way, because especially like if you look at my rules in underwater exploration, or if you look at like techniques for writing backstory, all these things you have to install in your mind to actually use. And Runehammer, in my opinion, didn't really advertise to a specific niche of people, while we, with our, like, all the titles and thumbnails were always like, here is what you're gonna watch, and only the people interested in those things would click. And I think most of us that are trying to make a name for themselves on YouTube are targeting newer GMs, targeting newer, middle. I did like by accident target people that are more experienced and have YouTube channels for some reason. Like the most people that watch me are other dungeon tubers, but like I don't know if I'm like if it's coming across what I'm trying to say, but yeah, I think there's the loud part of the song again. Insert emotional verdict here type of song. Yeah, but I really think like at the end of the day, just hanging out like this, like prepping stuff, chilling, that is, I like it more, and I really want to do a show. Like if we could find a way to collaborate or like do a proper, you know, D&D inspired show, not like the Viva la Dirt League, the NPC man, where we have costumes and everything, but like something that shows this community, like not the in-game stuff. There is Dungeons and Daddies, there is what is the name of the ones that the one with really good graphics that Corridor Crew did? It's also like a really cool show showing what's happening in the game. Not talking about that. Let's try to show what our community is, like how we go about our daily lives and end up at the table and like play a game. And maybe that part is like a live play. I would really like to do a live play. Like stuff like that, stuff that's good second screen content, that's cool for like watching it with someone, not just talking about mechanics. And also I would really like if we could do like more topics on this channel, like generally multimedia stuff, like hey, these are good movies, good books, this is the music I like. For example, today there's LOIT in Budapest, and I didn't have the time and the money to go, but I will catch them soon enough. So like LOIT, like their stuff for like, for me, puts me in that folk, you know, metal, magical space, and I really like playing that to get inspired. There's also, what is the name? Let me check. Like, this is, oh my god, I just discovered this. And I should have known about it, because Verdana is a very cool group. But Lindy Faye Hella, I think she's from Verdana. Oh my god, like that. The album, the Seafarer album, very good inspiration while I'm running. Also Faun, Faun. The album is called Cax, just dropped. Belladonna just gives me such a Feywild, you know, vibe. Yeah, well, why don't we talk about music? And yeah, and as always, I am very scatterbrained on stream. Like usually when I talk to someone, I have, someone to bounce ideas against. And the flow of conversation has some structure. And on stream, it's just whatever pops in my mind, I just stream it into the little digital eye here. Oh man. Yeah. Uh, Discussion over, I guess. We can do this all day. My coffee is almost done. I was also thinking of doing something like this, like a stream, a hangout stream in Serbian. Like the main reason why we don't do live plays is tech stuff and configuring all this to work. And also like language. It's hard for me to find players that are that are interested in, playing in English, because we mostly, like you saw, the names are in Serbian, and we try to be, local, because it's easier to get immersed. And this is a very interesting thing. I've had multiple people come and ask, like, we are playing in English, right? Like, it's something that they expect because they've seen Dimension 20, Critical Role, all these people. They're like, how are we gonna roleplay a dwarf in Serbian? I'm like, I don't know, but it works, it kind of, you find a way. I don't know. Very strange phenomena. So I'm interested if I should do something like this in Serbian. Like maybe for the local audience. Maybe I find a better amount of people that are like yearning for D&D content in Serbian, because there's like almost no content of this in Serbia. Even the hobby is like really, really young in Serbia. So I don't know. We'll see how that develops. Anyways, ramble over. Let's go back to coloring stuff. And while I'm coloring, I'll probably just continue rambling. You see, this is a top. Just what did I even say? My agenda is like how the agenda did. Let me check. Yeah, the narrative nuggets part is kind of like I would like to do more on that, but at the end of the day, it's not really applicable to the campfire sessions. So we're gonna do that another time. Now, we're just gonna do the rest of the prep. Closing word. We're done. Sounds good? Buttons that don't work. No, still don't work. Oh my god. Why is it so dark? I cannot understand what is happening. Let me try to turn on another light bulb on the ceiling. Maybe something changes. Barely. Like almost nothing changes. That's a shame. Also, I know other game masters, when they prep like this, when you're watching their show, they talk a lot less. I find that more enjoyable, since then I can like prep on my own. I can concentrate on those things. So let me know if I'm talking too much. I'm mostly talking because I think my thought process could be useful to someone. I don't know if it actually is, or is it distracting? That's what I'm trying to ask. Who is probably gonna be more silent while we do this part? See, it's just fire. doesn't need to be perfect, it's fire. Fire is never perfect. Just don't want to go over the letters because pencils can actually erase things from it. It's fire, so let it go aside, let it be chaotic. So like this. There you go. You don't need to know how to draw, like this is... Like as I said, the color grading is a bit off on this video. But this is red, like blood red. It's not pink. Okay. Where is our brown pencil and brown brush? We have this really interesting thing. It's like a yeah. It's like a brush type of thing. And this is brown. Oh my god, why is the color grading so strange? Yeah, why not? Let's, without color correction, it should be, yeah, now we're seeing more of a proper color. So I'll just do a little outline here, like wooden. Sometimes the pen, you see like it's too polished to be leaving a mark on this paper, so maybe we can just, like, you know, scratch it a bit, make it rough, like so. Not quite helping. So I think it takes out more paper than it's adding color. I don't have an alternative. Everything else is too dark. Good. Okay, now I always like to take the... Just see where all my index cards are. I lost my merchant somewhere. Oh, here he is. I always like to take the red one and just go and see what is all the things that are red, because a lot of things will be red. That's for some reason red gets my attention the most. So like all the exclamation mark, all the little blood things, I colored all of them red. Like there's a drop, sword. Fire here. that is it for now. The next thing is green. Let's see if this green is good enough for leaves. Yes, for outlines, wonderful. Adds so much. But it's too strong to do the inside as well, so we're just gonna do a little outline there. There. We have leaves anywhere else. We have the crystals up here, there, green. Don't be afraid to do that. It comes to blue. What beside these stick figures? Blue. Okay. This green is cool for filling in stuff. It's not too strong. Gives a nice little contrasty vibe to the leaves. You can also use it to crystal and this little effigy thing that we created. We need some blue that is really light. This blue mostly, this paper, is too dark. So I'm gonna use the highlighter blue. Yeah, something like this. To add the blue eye, the bandits. Do we need anything else blue for? Maybe add a bit of water behind, you know, these boats up here. We add water all around, because that's the docks. Want to know where that stuff starts and ends. We will need some brown for the boats. Probably for the stone as well. Definitely here on these stones. Doesn't need to be perfect, far from it. Like some orange that is not too strong for the lanterns. Also Teldoran. I think Teldoran deserves like a proper, you know, red underneath it. Maybe even like going from the title a bit like this. Almost like it's bleeding. Chase, definitely. We do. Bam, bam, bam. Like this. Arrows would be... They will spill up if I do it like that. But we can do it with this one, the thinner one. Just emphasize the arrows, because they show me the potential flows, things. Like so. Then I need something to really like show me the titles of these things. Maybe blue? Why not? Food market. Then castle. I need to use the same format for all, so I know when I'm done with one to go to the other docks. I would probably give this an orange outline, the whole thing. all the dividers should be also like orange. It doesn't matter what what you end up doing when it comes to like your standard of how you are approaching this. It's just important to be consistent if you're trying to train yourself to, you know, instantly see something on in your notes and know that's the thing you're going for. Because of the emoji on the phone that is purple, I am going to put purple on this little devil here. Because like red, we have a lot of red, so let's do purple little devil. Yeah, he has his little horns and he's smiling just under, you know, gnome. We're gonna add a little bit of Lantern King like this. Lose a friend, we can do like something like this. Dead end. What did we see? For the Lantern King, we are gonna use this really fluorescent orange here. And we are gonna add some darkness to that. So if we have a proper pencil, which I remember I had somewhere, should probably just take the whole thing somewhere around here. There it is. So I would put some darkness around this, you know. This whole area should be dark, because the Lantern King's vision is dark. The fish. Bluish? No. Something maybe pinkish. Pinkish fishish. Yeah, salmon type of situation over here. This sentence has to be like easily seen. Protests start out of nowhere. And then we can just add a little bit of orange to everything. There. And since the down there is magical, like this is that merchant, maybe we give it a little bit of a pinkish outline, like so. I usually don't have this many outlines for a single segment, but pinkish just works for me better. It will, like, tell my brain what they wanted to do there. Because he is magical and I consider everything that's Feywild related to be in my notebooks a bit on the purpley side. Then I will do M3M. Martis. These are keywords that I really need to. Cloaked. I don't remember what DXM used to stand for. Use consistent language, people. Probably something like hidden artist. Doesn't matter. Let's do these. What I really recommend is having a fixed color for your dice. I don't have it, but I don't usually like color them at all. I just use shapes, but it's not a bad idea to also have a dedicated color, like blue for D6, green for D4, if you're doing something like this. I will just use yellow here to say, like, this is index card, and I don't know, why not this one for D3. Bullshit tokens should probably be highlighted. And what are we rolling? Diplomacy, bigger on PCs. Perception, DC, +1. BST. Signed by the host. As NPCs. Selling memories in the Feywild, chill guy. Cool. And since I use this color for BST up there, I'm gonna use it here as well. Cool. This is... Yes, I finished it. Still spoilers on the screen. Do I like it? Well, yeah, I like it. The only problem is that if our friend, the Sorcerer of Love, decides to show up tomorrow, I don't have anything for him. We'll have to completely improv that part. And also we're stalling the main campaign for, even though we are all there. But other than that, I think interesting stuff will come out of this for sure. I'm pretty satisfied with all the options and how it can go, and I really did my best to try and make it engaging for everyone, not just the person who has the flashback. Like, I think I gave the most thought to your backstory, because I have the most of it. Like, you know, others are a bit, like, this session would maybe be more for me to get to know other characters a bit more than yours. Because for your, I really have a clear idea what we are doing, why we're doing it. Where is the blue pencil? You have to categorize my, how do you even call this? Place where you keep your pens and pencils and stuff. Because currently I can't find anything. Yeah, whatever. So we do the part down here. What ifs? What ifs sound kind of golden to me. I don't know why. It just sounds golden. Like, what if? So we're gonna do a little bit of a gold addition here. Usually I reserve gold for loot, but yeah, this kind of gives you loot, right? Okay. Oh, the green leaves and the gold. Why is there gold on the green leaves? Who did that? Well, that might be an interesting question. Actually, a canon question. Like, what? Why is there gold on the leaves? I don't know. Maybe it occurs to me at some point. Inspiration lies in everything. Any other what ifs are still okay? We said that. As you see, I don't know, highlight stuff. It's mostly like highlighting so you can easily remember things and it looks nice. I don't know. Green one probably for the bottom one. Let's do yellow. Add yellow here. Pencil. I got a feeling like half of my pencils are missing. No yellow. Lost it somewhere. Oh, there it is. Guess so. I mean, I tried making it easier to read, but then again, first of all, I write like I'm in a very confusing way. My font is completely like non-consistent, dyslexic. I like lose some letters, I add some letters, I use a lot of like little pictures. So like while I was saying what I was writing, it made some sense. I'm pretty sure now when you try to read it, it just makes no sense at all, which is better for you. But I did try to move the camera closer to this. Okay, a little bit of yellow. There you go. So that is the what if section, Tolderan section, and now we move to, now we can go like from the bottom up. For this one, 100% we use green. Maybe even do like a green underline for the index card place. Why not? Make it green and 30. So. Now, what do we do with this border? Open for interpretation for next time. Let's leave it like that. Cool, so rain, clouds. How do I fix this? Looking like a turd. Probably no fixing it. Moist. Hello everyone, it's Charlie. Their little pipe. Can use the green one for highlighting here, so after the bandits return and bring the blacksmith. I don't think I even want to overdo this. I'm thinking of just like adding color in between the statements. No, like this, and then just go from the top to bottom. And emphasize the arrows with some of the colors. Always have something like this. Like, this is important for you to see how that's gonna look. Sometimes it can really mess up your paper. If it's like this one too liquidy, like you see, even later I can smudge it, too much liquid in it. I want to use this for borders, so I would need, this one is not even working, so. I don't know, we're gonna use the, no, this one isn't good either. Many options for our I said it and I did it, so do my words even have a meaning? So don't do it. I did it. My inner Bob Ross to make me forget. It's just happy accidents. Just happy accidents. Didn't ruin it. Whatever. At the end of the day, it's just important that we have fun. We made something that's nice. People are gonna enjoy playing. They're gonna look at this. You're not gonna remember the time that you were prepping it. You're gonna remember what you did that session. Like how it all went. There we go. We are progressing nicely. Working for enemies. This one. It really pulls me to do red. You already have too many red things. Why not? Working for my enemies. Should be red. Maybe red with like blacksmithing colors, like gray background. No. So here we have one important detail, 1d6. So we're starting at the blacksmith shop. We have a map, bandits, and 1d6. What am I gonna do for the map? I'm going to go online and type blacksmith shop battle map. Take the first one, download it, put it on the TV, and it's gonna be it. If I can't find something in the first 5 minutes, I'm gonna throw my hex grid paper on the TV, like really like on top of it, just throw it there, and put like a couple of terrain pieces around. Depends on the pacing, to be honest. That's what it all comes down to. Just pacing. And we have releasing prisoners here, but I started writing here and continued writing up here. So I'm gonna put little asterisks next to both. So I can connect them. Don't think you're seeing that, but like there's a little asterisk there. There's there, because I started writing there, lost space, continued there. Okay. This one done. With horrible neighbors that saw the message that I'm live decided to vacuum now. Hopefully it doesn't come across on stream. Aldori. I would go with blue for Aldori, because I think blue is the Aldori color anyways. So this is gonna be blue, and this is gonna be, what, like brownish? Dorian Aldori. Too strong? Just right. Oof. See, I forgot to put a T at Lady Light. Just Lady Lie. Without T. Help me. This is an important bit. This should be when she like snaps her head and says, "Help me." They have to remove the transparency from the spoiler alert, so it's easier to see. Help me. The memory breaks down. Lady Light. Lady Light should probably have an underline of yellow. The scary bit should have some red. And we can just, because it's all blue, we can just highlight it with this. And then with that blue pencil that I couldn't find last time, here it is. This is like purplish, doesn't matter. No, it's blue. Fantastic. We just add a little bit of color. Okay, Andori is done. But he's like, I didn't really do anything for the titles themselves. I should probably do, you know, I really take pride in these, that everything has a title. I don't know why, that's just a strange thing I like doing. So I want to make this Aldori here really visible. I want to do something there, maybe like a droplet falls into the fire right there. And I want to add a bit of like bluish tint to it, like this. No particular reason. Like so. Love it. Okay. It looks so much better in real life than on this camera. The muddy cave people place, yay, the best one. Okay. Okay, we do a bit of mud, a lot of mud. Here, here, probably some mud here, and some mud here. Now we can do mud for all the dividers and that sort of stuff. Big event. All the arrows could have mud. At this point I'm just using shortcuts to fill in the page. But we can't do just mud. It needs to have, you know, a bit more life here. So definitely like some brown on this side. Can't even do the outline properly. Maybe that's normal for this character, because I cannot outline him. So maybe it makes perfect sense for him not to be outlined. Maybe add some strange details out of mud here. Who knows? Maybe it inspires me on the day of the game. Just like this. This. Doodle, my friends. Always doodle. When in doubt, doodle. That should be a saying. Proper one. People digging down. Shisk give minerals. You have to love it when you see how this is written down. Shisk give mineral. Make festival for story. She's give mineral. Let's run. Let's draw a little mineral. Yes, make festival for story. Sacred stone older than all. Well, I'll be damned. What color? What color? You know that parrot, Apollo the parrot. What color? Then he says, black. Yeah, that's me right now. What color? Silver. Oh my god, horrible. Disgusting. Well, for dirt people, I don't have... With what can I even, like, outline things? Ah, my dear friend, Gigi, you have caused me so much pain today. It is all being streamed live. Do I just use, like, pink? Tournament, yes, please. Okay, for the druid school, that's a no-brainer. We go with green. Yeah, we're gonna color this in with a little bit of green. I don't know. I'm okay with just like not doing too many, you know, highlighted some things. Brown stuff is never easy to color in, and I'm running out of colors, so it is what it is. I'm okay with it, to be honest. It sounds like I'm gaslighting myself, thinking it's fine, it's fine. Now my friend responded and he's like, I'll tell you. For this part, the player just now responded to that text, said, I'll tell you. A bit late for that, brother. The truth is written down in the notebook of no return. And why not give it this side proper? Who knows? Maybe I do the similar border on the next page. Maybe not. No one knows. No one cares. There you go. And what about the title itself? Like, I wanted this to be a stained glass window. We can just do all of these fluorescent markers, maybe with a bit of gold in between. That might look very smudgy. Let's not do gold. And let's do maybe some yellow. Where is the... yeah, this one. I like these three. We can do like a yellow one. Another green one here. Orange. Here. Maybe another yellow one, but let's make it the big mark. Echo. The stone around it. And window to our past. We can now give it like some flair. again, Apollo, what color? I want to do like gold, but I think since the whole idea of this is so like fire based, maybe just do this fluorescent thing. It really looks nice. Yeah, there we go. Just love to make it like it's, you know, a shadow being cast. Not too much. Sometimes I skip parts if it looks too ugly. I am very satisfied with this. This is how it usually ends up. Like a bunch of colored words on the paper, but it has deeper meaning. Like we've been on sort of like an adventure here. And like I cannot show you everything. Like I can pull the camera with my hand. See, like that is the finished product. Now, we're not completely done yet. Because we have a couple of these index cards that need a bit of love. Same thing we did all this time. So, find the red. We color the exclamation marks. Oh, this is a health potion, so why not fill it with this as well? Like the strongest, the sneakiest. Because these are some forms of like tests. I will make them gold. Oh no! I put a bit of gold in my notebook here. I'll just use that to put Fey in big words. It looks intentional. Fey. Oh well, it happens. It really does. That's when you're trying to do everything on the same notebook. Should just take this one that we don't care about anymore. Just use that to just outline my little card. Like so. Then again here, then again here, and here, because we have two dividers. See, like just a little bit, just to like your gaze can go to different parts of it. Here also, like we're gonna just do, you know, color in the parts that are not in the room, in the corridor. See what's the room, what's a corridor. Maybe color these bells. See. Like I really want this to be discernible with a glance. Just smudge it a little bit there. Don't even have to overdo it. See? Then gelatinous cube, easy. We put a bit of green there. Bells, put a little bit of yellow, I guess, because that's the bell room. The door, we put a little bit of brown. Have some notes, we put a little bit of notes. Enter the underground, like divide this so we know where it starts, we know where it ends. Like even if it's not completely nice, you just use a lot of color to tell yourself what is happening. And blue for timers as usual. And yeah, I'm done with this. You see, we have proper stuff. Loot, like this here, I want to emphasize. Like this is something I can't forget. Weapons need to be like scattered. So I'm just gonna emphasize that. Done. See? Wonderful. And how long was that? Like that's not even that much work. Matei, I'm going to leave him in this raw state because I really think I'm going to like do something else with him. Probably make a proper, you know, like entry on him on my obsidian. So I don't want to go all out on him. But the things that stay in the notebook should be given some love. Again, dividers. Maybe outline this. Timers, always blue. Again, another one, easy to work with. Okay. We have our encounter card with some gambling games on the side. We always, like that's one of those cards that always goes with us. Maybe the amount of cards changes tomorrow before the game. Maybe I add something else, we don't know. Maybe I add some notes. All in all, we sort them in the order we're gonna need them. So, well, I guess Sneaky Test and Strength Test are the first. Matei is gonna be the last, and the last is gonna be the Encounter Design card if we need it, if we find out we need it. So all of those go into their little sleeping place down here. See, all of them. Cool. Oop. See, that's why I had a problem with sleeves, because they don't want to fit. And that is it. We have prepped a game, Barlow Keepway. Now, you might say, oh my god, for that amount of information, that is too much work. And for some, yeah, but I really like the, you know, the whole process. You saw how ideas come to my mind. I make it modular. I make it so that when I have this on the table and I put my index cards here on the other page and I, you know, have other notes and stuff around, like I can just glance at this and I know what effects I wanted to achieve. I know where to look. I know it's like a constant reminder of the flow, the pacing, everything. It works for me. And it really gives me the feeling of like crafting something. I really like the feeling that, like, you know, look at this. Like it's nice. It's something that stays behind, and I really like that. So Yeah, I can see that some people would find this like too much, but okay, we worked on it. Like, if we take my rambling out of it, we worked on it for like 4 hours, maybe a bit more, maybe 5, I think less. And if I was to do it on my own without streaming, it would probably take like 3 or 4 hours maximum. And that's with like thinking of ideas and all that. Usually, like in these 2 days, I would probably be able to prep both sessions. But it's more fun this way. It's more fun when we do it together. So yeah, that would be the time for the closing word. How do I even cutscene? Yeah. So another thing that we all love is the markers, the sharpies. You inhale all of that, it makes you dizzy. I'm joking. But yeah, it was very fun to work on this. What are we gonna do next? Well, I'm gonna go and run this session on Wednesday, and then we are gonna have another stream, hopefully on Thursday, where we're gonna prep for the next session. That prep is probably gonna be like just thrown in Obsidian, or just like bullet points. We're gonna be like, a bit more careful with it, because I don't have that much free time, neither do you, and I'm gonna do the recap. I think that the value in these is the recap that I'm gonna do. Like, if you saw this stream and you see the next one, you'll see what worked, what didn't. That's the value. So yeah, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for all you that jumped in, said hi. I am really grateful to see that people are like really, even with me being gone for so long, still wanting to engage. So thank you very much, everyone, and until next time, I bid you. Well, I had to have another outro for my streams. Can't just bid you farewell, right? Or I can. I bid you farewell, keepers.